My enemy of my enemy of my enemy is my friend, but also my enemy.
That's what I'm saysaying.
That's all you need to know. Don't trust
Nick,
nobody.
Nick should watch the dub for this because
I did.
Nick's
I watched
favorite-
part of the dub.
You watched your favorite YouTuber because
Yeah, ProZD.
the Shadow Man.
Yeah, dude, ProZD is amazing.
My boy.
Dude.
My boy. He
Yeah,
also.
ProZD. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit Podcast. It's your favorite host of the most Sam, the Bomb, and of course with me every week is Nick.
Hail and well met.
And Danny.
Hey.
And
Komi.
What was that?
when Komi
It's her
freezes.
turn.
Yeah.
And she starts freaking out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Danny, you should have just been completely silent.
And then done it. Or yeah.
You should have been like, hello.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of Komi, that's what we're talking about this week. Fall review. Let's go. I'm excited. So I don't want to waste time. Jump into it. Links.animesummit.net. That's where you can go to listen to everything, find everything. And my favorite link on there, of course, I tell you every time, is a Discord. Discord's where you can talk to me, Danny, and Nick, and hang out. We'll yell at each other, post cats, post pictures of your dogs, post porn, join manga book club, talk about current airing shows, all that fun stuff. Super fun. And also, shout out to Kai and Nick and Wormy for facilitating nights of AMQ. Play AMQ, Anime Music Quiz, super fun.
Yeah.
And Danny is going to
Wormy cheats, by the way.
Danny is going to start booting up again weekly group watches where they watch a show weekly. Sometimes it's like they just watch one rep. Sometimes they watch a few. It depends on what's out.
We should do a weekly school days watch. Let's fucking go.
You can do that. I won't.
I want to taint all the newbies who haven't seen it yet.
Please don't.
No.
I bet some people would like it. King, I know you would like school days, okay? Calling you out.
Don't watch it, King. Don't listen. Anyway.
Do it. It's a
but
masterpiece.
Yeah, go there. And also, Spotify now has, you can rate podcasts, So you should go on Spotify and give us 5 stars. I would love that very much. Listener question of the week, Nick. What do you got?
That is a good question. Let me load my tab here. Okay. This is from Bobman. What is the fastest time you've completed a show in? Minimum requirement 24 episodes.
Ooh.
Wait, so what do you mean fastest time? Like physical time, like 60 minutes? That type of thing?
Probably.
Or how many hours?
How many hours? How many days?
Yeah, how many hours? How many days?
Well, I think I got you guys beat because I watch it 2 times speed. So
yeah, unless
but you
nice try.
So I don't really count that.
I think he means like how many days.
I mean, there's a minimum, right? There's obviously a minimum. Like if you literally marathon
minimum requirement is 24 episodes. So if you binge it,
if you marathon binge it the whole entire thing, 24 episodes, then that's how long it takes. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, that's 8 hours if you did that.
Yeah, not everyone does that. So. I would say though that
but it can be longer stuff too. It could be like 100 episodes or whatever.
Yeah, I would say in about 10 hours or so. No, a little longer. I'd have to do the math. But once every couple of years, we all go to Mario's and marathon Evangelion. So, including the end of Eva movie. And stuff.
Wait, once every year? God damn.
No, every couple of years.
Okay.
Years. We actually haven't done it.
I would get tired of the show if I watched it every year.
No, I'm never tired of it. I think the next time though we're gonna binge the movies, the rebuild movies. Now that all 4 of them are out. So, but yeah, that's the fastest I've done it. So probably whatever the first, whatever the 26 episodes are plus the end of Eva movie.
In one day.
In one day. Yep. We make breakfast, stretch it out a little bit. Then we put on our PJs, We walk in our morning PJs, lay on the couch, get our blanket set up, eat pancakes, then just start it. We try to start it.
I would totally love to do that with Fruits Basket.
I would do it with Fruits Basket.
That has a bunch of seasons, doesn't it? That's like 3 seasons.
It's like 3 seasons, and then the movie's coming out.
Yeah, the prequel movie.
Are all the seasons like 24 episodes? Or are they 12?
No, I think
the first 2 seasons are 24, and then the 3rd season is 12,
So it's like
14?
60. It's like 60 and change. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, that's the fastest.
For me, oh god, I don't know. I know I watched 30 episodes in a day, but that wasn't one show. That was multiple shows. And that was 2 times speed. It was not enjoyable. I don't fucking know. I kind of watch pretty slowed, I guess. I don't really watch. Usually it takes me like a week to watch like a 24 episode show. I remember like this is the opposite of fast, but I watched Legend of the Galactic Heroes on my phone. But also I started it and I got like 20 episodes in, or maybe 30 episodes in, and then I put it on hold for like a year, and then I just jumped back in. I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll figure it out. So that's the slowest I've watched something.
Okay, what about you, Danny?
You
gotta have an answer, right? Because there was that one time when you came back from school and you were just like, okay, gotta watch 10 shows.
Yeah. And I think I literally watched like 10 to like 12 shows within like 2 weeks.
So one of those must have been within like a day.
Like basically every seasonal podcast nowadays, I'll do that. I'll watch an entire show in a day. But it'll be like 2 shows in a day, so that's like 24 episodes in a day.
I mean, like the shorter shows, like the 12 episode ones, especially when they're all out and stuff.
Yeah.
That's like 2 hours for me.
He did say minimum 24, but he didn't say it had to be one show. So yeah, like, you know.
I watched all of TQ in one day.
All right.
Those are like 2-minute episodes.
So yeah, Danny, you probably definitely completed 1 or 2 shows within a day.
Oh yeah.
And like in your waking hours, obviously.
Actually, if I remember correctly, when we were doing our decade spotlight, and I think it was our second part that we did, I watched like 3 additional shows before we recorded. So that literally took me an entire day before we recorded that day.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
But I think all 3 of them were like 12 episodes each.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. That's awesome. That's a great question, actually. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna ask the same question to y'all from Bobman. What about y'all? Waifu and Husbando.
Bobman, he's doing pretty good with
Card Captor.
Sakura.
Yeah.
He's already on the 2nd arc already.
I need to get on Bobman's level because he kind of just is like, he just kind of decides like, I'm gonna watch this, and then he just like does it. Like, but yeah,
I usually like to savor it. I don't binge things super fast usually. Like even for the long running stuff like Dragon Ball and Hunter x Hunter and all that. I usually watch like when I watched them it was like 6 episodes a day.
Hunter x Hunter, I like watching 5 at a time. And then
not even at a time, I like spread them out.
I watch them 5 at a time, and then if I'm feeling excited about what's happening, then I'll keep watching it. But anyway,
if you really want to have fun, you got to binge Aria the animation and the sequels. You'll be overly sweetened.
Everyone take a shot. Nick mentioned Aria.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I would say
don't binge Aria.
Just to go back to mine real quick, and then we can move on. But like, if you add up the 26 episodes of Eva and then just the end of Eva movie, and add like 2 hours for like lunch and dinner break, because obviously we eat like throughout the day, then like that's what it is. That's what we do. So yeah, add up that time and then fucking.
Yeah, it's like 11 hours or 12, 13 hours.
Yeah. We'll get like for lunch. We'll just get like Subway, and then we'll like eat half of it, and then eat the other half for dinner. That's how we do.
I remember. Did you guys ever binge the Lord of the Rings special features?
Hell no.
Back in the day.
No.
Did you ever watch them though? Those were fucking bomb, dude.
Yeah, Trisha did that.
So good.
She went to like this church thing.
No. I don't mean the movies. I mean like the special features.
Yeah, she went to this church thing, and that's
Like
what
the
they
making
did.
of the movies.
Oh,
on
I
the
thought you meant
discs.
like the extended edition. No,
No,
yeah,
no, not the movies.
Yeah.
The making of the movies.
Yeah, those are fucking long. Anyway, I'm not really excited for the Amazon show, just to let you guys know. Waifu and Husbando, Danny.
Waifu is Yuzuki Tachibana, and Husbando is Tamahiko Shima.
That's from
I don't know where they're from.
Taishou Maiden
Should
Fairytale.
just let me read it. Taishou Maiden
sorry.
Well,
Fairytale.
then
Best
you should have
romance
read
of the
it.
season. Let's go.
Probably the worst romance of the season, honestly.
How dare you?
Like, you have fucking droopy face Johnson who like hates his life, and then
Droopy face.
this girl who would basically die for him, and she's just a fucking kid, and then he like is mad at her and shit for no reason. It's like, you gotta take out your mental health shit on me. Like, she ain't your therapist, bitch. What the fuck is your problem? Oh wham, my dad
alright,
doesn't love
okay.
me.
Okay.
Big fucking deal, bro. Murder your dad, move on. What's it like 1910? You could get away with it. Nobody cares.
No, Sam. It was 19. It was literally 1952.
Dude, all you have to do
The Taishou period is like 1920.
because like and okay, when we talk about it, I'll say it. But anyway, we're just gonna look at the malice and kind of go down and just talk about what we finished. Just how how it always do. How we always do what we do, what I do, what Nick does, and what Danny does, and what we do, what I do, when I do it.
Danny does Dallas. That's
Danny
all I
does
know.
Dallas. That's all you need to know. I do want to make one more announcement that I think is kind of important for Anime Summit. And don't worry, like I'm okay, but I just wanted to say this. I had to make this purchase just because, okay? And again, I'm fine. But my wrist
I have
was,
1 week to live.
Yeah, yeah.
every time someone says announcement, I think that.
I was having a really hard time with my wrist, so I bought an anime booty mouse pad, and it's amazing. Okay, that's all I
Oh
have to
hell
say.
yeah! Was it the master? Was it the Master Chief? Whose butt is it? Whose butt is
Not
it?
even a real announcement. It's I forgot her name, but she's from To Love Ru.
How do you not know the name?
Because I haven't watched To Love Ru in like 15
Nick.
years.
Nick, why are you complaining?
Yeah, why are you
Tom
calling
doesn't
me
know
out
the
for
name
not
when
knowing?
Well,
you
look,
can't even
somebody has to know the
name
name,
any
and it's not going to be
character from
me.
any
That's
anime.
why you guys have to know it.
I haven't watched To Love Ru in like 15 years. Okay, so
Wasn't that the porn?
it's like a etchy softcore. Look at my.
Pretty sure there's
look at my
nudity in
fanny,
it.
Look at my fanny. Look at my fanny.
There's cans in it. I know it.
All right, let's start.
No. That was the one where they sucked on the popsicle, wasn't it?
That was Aiken.
No, there's a famous.
Oh
gif.
yeah, no, that's To Love Ru. Yes, yeah, it's like a blowjob, but it's like she's holding a popsicle. Yeah.
Popsicle. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Which brings me to Komi-san, because that actually
Speaking
almost
of
happened.
blowjobs,
That actually almost happened, and then a few times. She's like, here, I brought you a sausage, and she like,
Oh,
here,
God.
Komi,
yeah.
kneel go on your knees.
yeah, eat it from down here.
Oh my God.
Dude, Komi-san, come.
there was a girl doing that too.
Yeah, no, it was the weird yandere chick who was all like, "You're all peasants. You don't deserve to be in Komi's presence. You're all pieces of shit." Or whatever. She's like really evil, but then really like,
Well, is she wrong?
no, she's absolutely right. But yeah, dude, 12 episodes, really cool. Komi-san Komi Can't Communicate. I loved this show. Thought it was amazing. Comedy slice of life based on a manga. Studio OLM. Dude. And I gotta look up the staff for whoever did the OP, but Studio OLM kind of killed it.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Odd Taxi, Pokemon The Origin, 97 Berserk. So, I mean, like, what does that tell you? You know what I mean?
Oh shit! The director also did not Your Line, April. The After the Rain, I think.
Also
Ayumu
a great
Watanabe.
show. Yeah. That
Oh
show's
shit!
great.
He directed Space Brothers. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
And Major.
But yeah, this is the one where it's like the most beautiful chick. She can't talk. She's got really severe social anxiety. As for how they portray social anxiety in this, it's probably like how most media would. This person's got social anxiety, so they don't talk. Which is like, it's not that is not true, because that definitely happens with people with social anxiety, but it's not as, it's not as, you know.
It's not as drastic.
Yeah, it's definitely not
overly exaggerated.
Yeah. And which is, you know, fine. But I do think that the people who are like Komi, because there are people out there like that, you know, they also necessarily wouldn't write in their like notepad to communicate with people. They just wouldn't talk at all. You know what I mean? So, but that being said, you know, I don't think it's a bad representation of it. I think it's still fine. But like, yeah, it's super cute. And the animation is really good. I really liked the ending. Are we gonna spoil shows today? We are, right? Who cares?
Don't give hard spoilers.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it's a slice of life, but I mean, obviously there's gonna be more of it, you know. But yeah, I won't even say like the last scene, because the last scenes are really good.
Dude, I forgot what happened in the last scene. I watched it so long ago.
The school festival.
Yeah, they do a school the last 2 episodes are like a school festival.
That was cute. That was cute. So I saved Komi Can't Communicate for last because I know it's on Netflix, but Netflix did a poor translation to it. Netflix.
What else is new? They always do that.
Netflix didn't translate any of Komi's like writing, like the board, and anytime she wrote in her notebook, they just did not translate what she was saying.
They started to, but they put it at the bottom with where everyone else was talking.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to fucking see it. So it was like, it was stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it, so I didn't watch it on Netflix because I heard, that's what I heard, that they didn't translate any of the text that she wrote. So I was all like, well, I guess I'm not going to watch it on Netflix. I'll just, sail the high seas. So, and I mean, that's what I did because, I wanted to know what she was talking about and stuff.
Yeah. And that's a great point.
Well, some of the others free sites will just use the Netflix translations too.
Right, but also
you'd have to torrent or something.
But they really did at least the site that I used, they translated all of the text. They didn't translate every single text. Like sometimes there'll be like that box that's like pointing to a character as they're walking away kind of thing. They didn't really translate, especially if someone was talking or anything, but majority of the text that they did translate it. Well,
and here's the difference between Netflix and what watching it on the high seas is the fan translators will do it like how they did it in the 90s. Well, they'll overlap. Or not overlap, but like in Komi, the whoever did it, they put the little box next to her little notepad, so you knew that it was coming from the notepad. Whereas in Netflix, because I was having trouble too, I was like, wait a second, I hope they're translating what she's writing because she's fucking talking right there. And then I noticed that they were doing it on the bottom, and sometimes it would only be on there for like 2 seconds, not even, and I wouldn't catch it.
See,
and you guys would not like Bakemonogatari.
That's what I mean. At first, I thought I was going to have a problem with this show because when I see too much text on the screen, it's hard for me to understand what's going on. But I was fine with watching this. There was very few times that I paused just to read what the text said.
Yeah.
Like with Kill la Kill, I could not, I have to watch that in dub because there's too much shit going on.
You gotta train Dragon Ball Z style in the hyperbaric chamber. If you put on a weighted training cloak, like Piccolo, and then you take it off, and then you can read subs at 2 times speed.
Yeah, no.
Do it.
No. no.
All right,
I'm
anyways.
okay. But I do.
That didn't make any sense.
I do have one
Makes sense
pet
to me.
peeve about this show that I have though.
Yeah.
Like, I loved this show overall. This is definitely something up my alley. It was just super cute. I loved the relationship between Komi and Tadano. That was just like super cute and everything. Like, I can't wait. And like the cues on like other characters, Onome, she was hanging out with Tadano for a while, but of course Komi noticed that. But then Onome, she noticed that
Komi was getting
Komi
like jealous.
yeah, and she was all like, oh hey, I got something to do, I'll see you guys later. And then the next day, she leaned over to Komi and said, oh, I'm sorry that I was hanging out with Tanano and like took him away from you for a little bit, but I'm rooting for you. And she like blushed. So like that was just super cute. I loved, some of the characters realizing that, Komi and Tanano like each other, but they're not like going to tell each other that.
Well, she likes him, but he's too dense.
Yeah, he's kind of an idiot. Yeah,
I mean, he may, but like,
but he likes
I think
her too.
he's getting
you can
there.
tell.
He definitely like has like a crush on her.
He thinks that he's not worthy because
how beautiful she is too.
he's a
on top of it.
disgusting male.
Yeah,
Well, also,
I mean, like,
he's trying to, like-
As we know, all men
He
are
totally
ugly.
thinks that he's out of her league and everything like that.
Other way
because
around.
He's so average.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. See, this is with every romance. There's no such thing as leagues. The only thing that's real is tax bracket.
Okay, anyway, don't listen
Are
to
you
that.
in
Well,
the
anyway,
same
my
tax bracket?
point-
You're in the same league, okay?
My
Just
one
saying.
pet peeve that I had about this show is the Yandere chick. Like, I don't like her character at all.
So is
Yeah,
the
some other
character
people
that
don't
bothers
like her,
Danny?
like
Wait,
I mean,
wait, didn't you watch Mirai Nikki?
no.
I thought you liked that show. No, that was a different show. What was the show you liked?
What show?
It's not Mirai
There's,
Nikki, but
like,
it's kind of like that.
Okay,
Literally,
anyways,
like,
just-
a million
Never mind,
other
go
shows
ahead,
that
go
I've
ahead, I'll find
watched,
it.
like, you literally need to explain and elaborate a little more.
Yeah,
bit more,
that one
so-
show.
What was that show?
Okay, so you didn't like the character, and then what?
Yeah, I didn't like Yame or whatever you want to call her. Like, I was just not feeling that. Like, after her episode where like she freaking kidnapped Tanano, and then Najimi and Komi found him in her closet and stuff, like tied up and taped, and she like literally went all crazy and was all like, I only did this for Komi and all that kind of stuff. Like, I thought that was all fine, like this was like the antagonist villain, and Komi realized that like this is the type of person that really shouldn't be your friend kind of thing because she's crazy. But then after a while, like, she just became an eyesore throughout the entire show.
Which girl was this? I don't even know who this is.
Her name is Ren Yame. She's literally
She's not even on the Mal page.
She's literally the first person that Tanano goes up to when he told Komi that he was going to help her get friends. And Yame literally went into Tanano's ear and said, like, you are fucking scum. Like, just because
this
you sit
chick?
next to
Yeah.
just because you sit next to Komi doesn't mean like you're hot shit kind of thing. Like,
She was kind of funny.
no, I don't think she was funny at all. Like, anytime she came
Her character
out-
design was kind of whack, though.
anytime she came up on screen, it was not tasteful at all. I feel like that they were trying to recreate the character from Dragon Maid, who's like literally in love with Kana. I forget that little girl's name.
Yeah, she has kind of the same deal, but she doesn't have the 5 head. She has the ugly bangs instead.
I mean, yeah, true, but I feel like this person is just, it's not tasteful to me. And I feel like it was more possession over like cuteness, like, oh, she's so cute, like has a crush on on Komi kind of thing.
Well, I
like
think
how I don't know.
Well,
I
Yeah,
think
they
that's
needed the
really-
archetype. They were just
Yeah.
showing all the different people.
because and here's the
Because they had the
point.
Chuny girl, they had the athlete girl, they had the president,
Here's
they had
the
the airhead. You know,
here's the point I was gonna make is she's because like, and I'll start with your first point, which was that you like that part where Oname was like she kind of read the room and was like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
Onamine, and
Mm-hmm.
that part, the reason why that part was cool was because finally Komi and Tadano have encountered somebody who was like kind of normal
Yeah.
versus everyone else that they had met before. That character gets introduced before has some weird quirky thing about them.
Mm-hmm.
And here's this one girl who could possibly grab the affections of Tadano. So Komi was like, wait a minute. And then it like turns out
the
that
class president. Yeah,
yeah, then it turns out it's fine, you know, because she realized, you like Tadano. I'm rooting for you both.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So she realized she didn't have a chance against Komi. Are you kidding me? Come on.
and then Ren Yamai or whatever, she's like the yandere possessive weirdo, and I think that's the humor in it was like, okay, nobody's actually like that, and it's just really ridiculous. Because she was the one who I mentioned earlier, who was like, she's like, oh, Komi, I got you a sausage. You should eat it from down here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then later,
Yeah, she's about to do it.
later during the school festival, she's like, here, I brought you a chocolate-covered banana. You should suck. She's literally about to say suck it. But, yeah, anyway.
You know which character I liked. I didn't mind most of the characters. The one I didn't like was the childhood friend, the cross-dressing guy.
Oh, really, Najimi? I thought he was hilarious. He's such an
loved
idiot.
Him.
I know.
Honestly,
I know I'm in the minority.
I like.
He's like the most favorited. He's the most favorited character. Besides Komi, it's Komi, then Tadano, then him, as far as favorites. And it's like, I just hate that archetype, like the overly positive character, who's like, you know.
I
but
mean, they weren't really
not quite
positive
Genki,
in the
but-
beginning when Tadano asked them to be friends with Komi, and then
I get it.
Najimi was all
I get
like, "I'm sorry, I can't be."
He's the
friends
glue
with
that
her
holds everybody
because,
together."
You know,
Yeah, well-
we just don't get along.
He's definitely not my favorite, but I kind of viewed him as the Eddie of Ed and Eddie. Like, he's always scheming and doing dumb
yeah.
shit, you know what I mean? So, like,
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
like making Komi get him Subway sandwiches and stuff. I mean,
that's
that
what
was
I thought
funny, but
But anyway,
the main thing is I hate that hairstyle. It looks so ugly. I'm sorry. Same with Ren's hairstyle. Her hair is pretty ugly too. Any hair that makes you look like a clown that like goes outward, you want to be like you want your hair to go to a point. Like you want to have skinny hair. Wide hair looks bad.
Nick doesn't like anything. Got it. All right.
If it's wide, then something that rhymes with wide.
I will say this about the translation, then we should move on. But, like, Netflix did translate it super poorly. I will say that because there's a part where they went over to Nakanaka's house, which is the weird, nerdy chick who, like, role plays.
Yeah, that's the Chunibyo. The Chunibyo, yeah.
The Chunibyo chick, yeah.
She was pretty funny.
They went over to her house and played Swamp Brothers, which was like Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, Smash Brothers. Yeah,
Yeah.
Swamp Brothers.
And Najimi, and I only know this because I understood it. Najimi said something like, you know, they were pretending to be like anime rivals. You know, like, oh, I see that you're here to defeat me. Well, I'm gonna beat you. Whatever. And there's a point where Najimi says something like, same old Nakanaka or whatever, right? That's how they translated it. But what Najimi is actually saying is like, you've been this way since elementary school. And because I understood it. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, Netflix, you fucking bitches. So that's kind of my thing now. I'm starting to like understand Japanese more, and it's kind of like I'm now realizing, like, why change that? That's so weird. It's like, you know, like that's just a weird thing to change.
Because they do the idiot translation. They do that for every show, Netflix.
Yeah,
I think we should just like stop saying that now because everybody knows Netflix translations suck.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't. But anyway, let's move on.
No. My favorite part, I had a couple of them, but I liked when they were doing the tug of war and all of Komi's classmates fainted because they were like in awe of her aura.
They're like,
so they lost.
I've never been this close to Komi before.
Oh, her smell. Oh, they
Yeah.
just fucking fall over. That was funny. Also, Komi in a sun hat. in episode 7.
I was wondering if you were gonna say something about that.
I also like how they didn't show.
Oh no, my favorite one. Go ahead, Sam. I'll say it after.
Oh, I was gonna say I also like how they didn't show her brother's face until the very end, and
until
then everyone...
the very end.
Yeah, he's like a male.
And then
Komi.
he freaking sat in Komi's throne. And he's and then the caption was all like he left because he felt overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Well, like her whole family is quiet. Her dad is super quiet, but her mom is super talkative.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's funny. But like what I liked is like they went to go pray at her ancestors' graves, and her ancestors couldn't hear her.
Yeah.
Because she's so silent. Like even praying, they couldn't hear her.
I would say my favorite scene is when she wanted to go to the library, and her dad volunteered to walk her there, and they went, and her dad noticed the the shaved ice shop. And they both sat down, and everyone was having such remarks like, "Oh, he's so handsome. Oh, she's so pretty." And then they sit down, they have their menus, and they just sitting there quietly, don't talk to each other. And the people watching, they're all like, "Are they fighting? They're not talking to each other."
And it takes everything in him just to be like, "How's school?"
Yeah, like how was school? Yeah.
I was like, good.
And then she doesn't say anything.
I don't think she even said anything.
Yeah.
She just nodded.
She was trying to, and then he patted her head. He's like, "It's fine, I get it." Like,
yeah.
Dude,
Anyway,
I'm about to play some Super Swamp Bros right now.
let's play some Super Swamp Bros after this.
I got some
All right.
swamp ass.
Musha. Jobless Reincarnation season 2.
Oh yeah,
Sam,
so do you
why
guys
aren't
watch
you
this or just
watching
me?
this?
Because
I
I don't
watched
know.
it.
I don't know. I don't
Even
got time for
Danny
that
watched it.
shit. I don't got time for that. I got shit to do.
I watched it.
For shame, Sam.
I had time.
This
Why
is the
would you want to
original
be
isekai.
reincarnated as jobless? That's stupid.
I think that's just like his class.
Yeah,
I
why
don't
would you
know.
want to? Why would
He
you want
was
to?
jobless. He was jobless in his original life. He's
Yeah,
not
imagine
jobless
that happening
anymore.
Imagine that happening to you in Final Fantasy Tactics. Get fucked.
GG.
GG sneeze.
You have a race, but not a class.
Yeah.
Okay, but Jobless Reincarnation. Look, we'll talk about it, Sam. Take a seat.
Fine.
Okay, if I can load the Mal page. I can't fucking load it because my computer's so bad. Okay, here we go. Studio Bind. Oh yeah, this is like their first thing. Based on a light novel, and I think this is based on this is like one of the first isekais. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. In any case, this one's cool because like you have all these characters that are growing and changing throughout the show, and this is season 2, right? So, well, part 2. Is it season 1, part 2? In any case,
It's still season 1. It's
season 1, part 2.
It's the core part 2.
And they kind of went all out with like the animation in this one, especially at the beginning of season 1. It was like incredible animation, and like the music and everything. The production is just really, really high. So it's based on. I don't understand how people are saying this is the first isekai, but it came out in 2014 for the light novel. Maybe that one. Maybe the light novel's based off of something. In any case, I don't know why people keep saying that, because Sword Art Online was before that, and then like Dot Hack Sign and shit was way before that. But as far as modern isekai, this is kind of one of the main ones. Yeah, so in season 1, Rudy is like this like piece of shit loser dude. He dies. He's like 30 something, and he gets reincarnated as a baby in this fantasy land. And my pages are just not loading right now. Oh god, what is the Danny? What's the name of the town and everything? Not the town, the world.
Oh,
I don't have the name of it.
I don't even think that they. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't think they even said it. I mean, I know that they're like different continents. Like there's the demon.
Yeah, there's a demon continent. There's like this labyrinth that they're gonna find at the end of the season. They haven't started going yet. But yeah, in season 1, like Rudy's like a kid, like a baby. He's growing up. He's changing. He becomes. He starts working for this girl named Eris, and she's.
He starts. No, he.
Well, I mean,
he took up an apprenticeship with.
He does work for them. He's their teacher.
Oh, well, that's
I mean, you ain't
That's
gotta,
like,
you ain't gotta summarize the
I'm
whole
just
thing.
giving.
Just tell
Yeah,
us
no,
how
I
you
know,
feel.
I know. So season 2, I'm just giving the basic background. I'm really fucking
there's
bad
like
at this,
an
by the way.
explosion at the end of the first part of season 1.
Yeah, there's a calamity. There's a mana calamity, and it throws a bunch of shit into chaos. Like people get like teleported and transported to different places. Like Rudy's mom and his dad and all them, they get like separated and everything.
Everyone does. Like
so this
Rudy
this
and
season
Eris
they're
got
trying to find them
teleported
basically.
to the demon side of the continent. So
Yeah, and so they're so Rudy, Eris, and Rudyard. I can't pronounce that guy's name. He's like a fighter guy. So Superdia Rudyard, he trains them, and they're just like traveling, trying to find, trying to find Rudy's family and trying to find Eris's. What is Eris trying to find again?
she's trying to go back home to her estate.
Oh shit! Everybody's just trying to get back home, aren't they?
Yeah. Like Rudy wanted to bring Eris back to her family and stuff, and because at first, like, he wasn't really worrying about, like, he knew that, like, he thought that the calamity didn't wasn't as wide as it was until he met up with his father. So, but like throughout the whole second part of season 1, Rudy makes a pact with Rudyard, because Rudyard is a species that everyone just fears, because during like this great war, the species that Rudyard is, the Superds, they were just like tremendously feared by everybody. Anybody who sees like the green hair and the gemstone on their forehead, like they run in terror. So Rudy vowed to him that he will get rid of the like this taboo kind of thing that like Superds are like these terrifying people. So, and that's kind of like where their journey goes, because they're trying to get out of the demon continent into the human continent. So, but in order to do that, they have to like get money. So they take on quests. They actually end up going to like that animal cat town that Ghislaine is from. So, and Eris bonded with one of the cat girls. So, and that was cute.
And that was all in the first season mostly.
No, the part that I talked about was the second part.
Oh, the part you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but before that it was they were
But
meeting
before
up in the
that,
first
it was
season.
more like of an introduction. Like, this is Rudy. You know, he's a 35-something-year-old dude stuck in a kid's body. He's kind of pervy. He makes like he's like this, you know, prodigy. When it comes to magic, whatever. He can cast spells without incantations. Like,
Oh yeah, that's like his power.
yeah.
Actually, he's always been able to do that because he basically had a cheat code where like he had all the knowledge of a 34-year-old, but he was a baby, so he just like learned really fast. And then he became like a really powerful mage, and he's the student of Roxy, and then all these details like don't really matter at the end of the day. Like, the show is good because these characters are more well-rounded than most isekai characters, and they actually have like
It's definite
changes that happen to them.
I would say it has its serious parts, and then there are those like funny parts.
Yeah, there's a few of those. Yeah,
I would say I think the most hilarious one was when Pax, the apprentice that Roxy went to go teach, and like anytime he tried to like touch Roxy's boobs, like she would light him on fire.
Oh, that guy was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You made Rudy look like a saint. Rudy's a piece of shit.
Well, that was the thing. Like Pax kidnapped Rudy because he wanted to use Rudy as bait for Roxy, because Roxy was actually out looking for, Paul and all of Rudy's family. But then Pax's older brother, Zanaba, was like all of a sudden this, worshiping Rudy, because like he is asking me, he's all like, "Did you make this?" Like,
oh yeah, because Rudy made a figure of Roxy. Yeah, that was a really funny scene.
Yeah,
and he ended up
really
helping
funny.
Rudy at the end.
Yeah, so
that was actually one of my favorite parts of the of this season.
Yeah.
Because they go into like such detail about the figure that he created, and it's
like
hilarious.
The clothes like come off and everything like that, and he's like so amazed at like how like he positioned Roxy's hands to literally like cover herself.
Yeah, this was like a prison school moment. He's like I removed the mole, and he's like, I had that mole there because it was like a third nipple that she couldn't cover. And he's like, "You're a genius."
Yeah.
Why did I ruin this? Why?
Yeah, he was so funny about that mole. He's like, "You got rid of the mole?" Like, he was really like upset about that.
You need the imperfections. But yeah, it's so like
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, the point of the show.
There's some more shit that's going on too.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama to the show. Like Rudy and his dad, like he has to deal with that. And the thing is, like, Rudy actually is an isekai character. A lot of isekai characters just like they're just a person in a fantasy setting. It's not really an isekai, and all they do is just overpower. They just keep gaining more and more power, and they don't really struggle that much. But in this show, he struggles quite a bit. Maybe not as much as like ReZero, but he does struggle a lot. Like he constantly has like flashbacks to his old life, where especially near the end of the season here.
Because like there's like quite a bit of trauma there and stuff.
Yeah, he got like severely bullied.
Yeah.
And like that was actually like, I'm like, oh damn, hit me in the feels.
Yeah.
When they talked about that part, like with his parents and everything.
Yeah.
And like they were being supportive, and they were trying to help him, and like his friend tried to help him and everything, and then like he eventually he got too shut in, and like he couldn't move after that. So like the whole point of this his new life is that he's like he was trying to do the opposite. He's trying to like be a better person, but it's hard. You can't just automatically do it, especially near the end of this season when him and him and red-haired girl. They part ways at the end of the season.
All of them part ways.
Yeah, and for good reasons. Like they all kind of had to do it. So yeah, he was having flashbacks of that, and he couldn't move for a while. He was just like super depressed and all that shit.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, in most isekais, you just got a character just like gaining more and more power, and it's like goofy shit. But yeah, this one there's a lot more going on. It's kind of fucked up at like the beginning of season 1 though, so just like you can't recommend it to everybody because you got like a bunch of pervy shit. So, yeah, Eris is a great tsundere. She's pretty cool.
She's one tsundere that I don't hate.
Wow, that's high praise.
So yeah,
I actually like the demon girl too that gives Rudy the eye power. You know what I mean? Whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's like a super lolly demon, and one of my favorite parts is at the end of this. She's trying to find like where people are located using her special eye. And she's like bending over and like making weird poses as she's doing it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, like this is continuation, so they still got to find Rudy's mom. He kind of made up with his dad a little bit, sort of. And yeah, cool shit.
Okay.
Good show. We droned on a little bit extra, but yeah, I would recommend it. This is one of the better isekais overall. I would say it's in the top echelon of isekais.
That's what I keep hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, you got like this. You got ReZero, Konosuba.
Come on,
is a comedy one, but
for someone who doesn't like isekai, I'm giving it praise. Like that's saying something.
I'll see if I have time on my busy schedule.
Oh my god.
Sam has to go yell at Smokey.
Okay.
That takes 30 minutes a day.
Takt Op Destiny.
Okay, this show is amazing.
The show is cool.
I heard this show has a 7.2. I heard it was trash.
I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't the
anything-
best.
You guys are
but
like
it
music heads, though.
It definitely had like solid animation for sure.
I didn't even finish it. I can't really say it's trash.
No, it's cool. It's a very unique idea, and that's probably why I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Same.
But it's just, it's the way the story is executed is just kind of like, it's okay, But
You guys like the concept.
yeah.
I just love music in general, and
So you guys are the target
The-
audience, aka
and the
suckers.
fact that these music arts are born from, like Mozart's, like Destiny. She's from Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 in C minor. Yeah. So, the fact that they're born from music like that is really freaking awesome.
Yeah, Madhouse and Mappa, produced by Bandai Namco Arts, directed by Yuki Ito. He did Exorcist, Key Animation. He directed Grand Blue Fantasy, the animation, and directed Lyrical Nanaha Vivid, which was...
He did some episodes
a sequel.
for Demon Slayer as well.
Yes. And he was the assistant director of Vivid Red. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Vivid Red. So, I mean, it stands to reason that he would be good at doing something like this. This is definitely one of the more unique pieces he's ever directed. But, like, yeah, I really like, you have this musician who is, like, depressed, surprise. But
Every
like,
anime character and therefore fan is depressed.
well, just like, musicians, especially classical piano ones, he feels not fulfilled, right? And then these fucking demons, fucking the D2s fucking, start invading the earth, and no music. Can't listen to music because that's what attracts them. And then
Just use earbuds.
him and Destiny are the only ones who can, stop him. Well, and other music arts as well. But it's really cool. He becomes the conductor for her.
His kind of power is like unique because his arm disappears, and a lot of the other conductors, like their body parts, don't disappear.
Well, he lost his arm when the accident happened.
Right.
So, like, he goes into that, like, so the arm he has that you watch him with is like fake, and then it's like ephemeral, and then when Destiny goes into, like, her music arts mode, he becomes like himself, and the arm disappears, and then he gets his little conductor thing, and I don't know what you call them, conductor wand.
It's a baton.
Baton.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a baton.
Thank you.
I think.
Actually,
And,
it's pronounced baton.
So then he, like, fucking, it's really cool. Like, that's just the idea of that. It's just super sick. And they're gonna go to
Music
New York.
superpowers.
They got to go to New York. Get some and get Destiny tuned up a little bit, kind of like an instrument, because she's like, a little rocky. But it's funny because, like, the way she refuels is just by eating a shit ton, like straight up Goku style. Like,
Oh, hey, that's like the girl from Mieruko-Chan.
yeah, except the show sucks. Anyway, fucking, yeah, I really liked this show. I thought it was,
The battle scenes were pretty well animated and everything.
and they tried to stay consistent with it too. Like, the animation didn't dip too bad in the middle or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, is this based off a gacha game?
It's mixed media. So I think one of the things is a gacha game. Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's just an advertisement. GG.
Well, I mean, I definitely didn't fucking know that when I was watching it, but yeah, there's the mobile game is called Takt Op, and then there's some other things I think they do. I think there's a video game coming out as well. There's an anime, and then there will be, like, soundtracks, obviously. and shit. So, yeah.
There were some like music hearts that didn't show up, but they were like featured like in the game, in the gacha game and stuff like that. And I was kind of low-key sad because one of them was named after a song that I really like because it's about the planets. And one of them was called Jupiter. And I was sad that they didn't introduce them. So
Are they going to do more of this?
I don't know.
Because
the ending didn't like it didn't set up for like a sequel or anything like that.
Maybe they tried to because I couldn't tell if they were leaving it open-ended or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I mean, I took the ending as like it's done, like they're not gonna make any more kind of thing. So
they'll make more, but you gotta pull your gacha lever to get.
You gotta pull the gacha. You gotta put in. You gotta pay money. You gotta do DLC. I did thought like at that final scene, I was kind of hoping that like Valkyrie would show up because Valkyrie is the only music art that didn't have a conductor, and I thought she was like gonna come and fight with Destiny between the Tengoku and Jigoku. In like the second to last episode, but they didn't. I was like, oh, that sucks. I think that's another reason why it was just okay. Was like there was a lot of times where a character came in and you were just kind of like, oh,
yeah,
nothing happened.
Yeah.
But
it's like, oh, they had their moment. Okay,
yeah,
it's gone.
And again, maybe it's because because it's a gacha game. So a lot of times those don't get adapted super well. But the idea is super unique, and the character design.
I mean, it definitely, for like a gacha game, it really wasn't bad.
It wasn't that terrible, no, yeah.
No.
I would say that if you're going up to your friends and you say, hey guys, what anime should I watch? I don't know what to watch next. I would say do this one. Even just 4 episodes.
Takt Op.
But anyway.
If you're
Nick
a music,
does not agree.
if you're a music fanatic, yes. If you're like Sam and Danny, then yes. But for the average anime fan, just give them an isekai.
Well, that's the thing, is like the average person is somewhat of a music fanatic, and you, for some reason, just like don't do anything. Like you don't watch movies or TV, or you watch The Witcher, and
I watch movies and TV
and Game of Chodes or whatever that's
Game of Chodes. I watch the Book of Boba Fett.
George R. Martin or whatever his fucking name is. He fucking sucks at writing.
Yeah, well, finish the books. He
still
hasn't finished them.
Okay, Mieruko-Chan.
All right, Mieruko-Chan. That's all
that show
it's called.
Suck.
So this is a horror comedy drama. But yeah, this is like basically. You have the main girl, Miko Yotsuya, and she has this power to see. She can see dead people. She can see dead people. She's like the Sixth Sense, pretty much. Except she's a cute anime girl. She's not Bruce Willis or the kid in the movie. I haven't seen the movie, but anyway. Look, so she can see dead people, but she doesn't want them to know that she can see them. So she has to like maintain a straight face as they do like creepy weird shit. And it's not just people. It's like little Attack on Titan looking creatures. It's like little weird shits too. Like they're monsters basically.
These like demons, like dead people. They're like not like zombified kind of things. Like these things are terrified. Like
they're pretty scary.
I'm pretty sure that like if I had the ability to see these things, and I turned one way and then I looked back to where I was originally looking and saw like a literal like dead face, I would fucking jump. Like there would be no way in how that I could keep a straight face and pretend that I don't see these things.
Yeah, I'd be like, shit.
Yeah, like I would be like, Jesus fucking Christ, like what are you doing?
She's too nice. But it's really funny. This kind of reminds me of Magical Girl Sight, where she always has like baggy eyes because she can't fucking sleep.
Oh, yeah.
She's like tortured. Yeah, Yeah, so she doesn't want to acknowledge them, and they're always asking, "Can you see me?" And like they just kind of walk off after they don't think she can see them. So she can see like what they're doing and everything. She makes a couple of friends during the show. So her main friend is Hana, and she's this huge boobed, super genki girl. She's always eating, and
but she has like this aura about her.
So
can kill these things.
Miko has like the negative aura, and Hana has like the god aura, where she just like obliterates these monsters as they get close to her because she's like so bright. And so then they meet a third friend named Yuria, and she's kind of like a not Chunibyo, but she wants to be like a Miko, but like she wants to be able to like fight demons and like take them down. But she's kind of like Miko. She can like kind of see stuff, but she can't see that much.
She can't see the big ones.
Yeah, she can only see some of them.
She can only see like the tiny like old men ones and like the normal dead people ones.
Yeah.
But even so, like they're not even like full on they're more like see-through for her versus
they're less
Miko,
vivid.
where like they're like you cannot see through them when you're looking at like when Miko is looking at them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Yuria, she's kind of funny.
She's
also,
the twin-tailed lolly.
She's not really my favorite because Miko is kind of like looking at her and like trying to communicate with her, but also not like speaking up about it.
Yeah, she's always look, a cockroach.
She takes it literally she takes it out of proportion and like thinks that Miko is mad at her and stuff.
She's trying to get.
Or like
Yuria knows that Miko can see them, or she thinks that she can see them. She suspects it, but Miko doesn't want to like admit it. Does she?
Right.
Does she like actually admit it?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I think the two of them definitely know that both of them can see these things. There was a point in time where Miko confirmed that Yulia, she can't see the big ones. Like
when they're in the tunnel area.
When they're in the tunnel, like that freaking huge ass chain bucket thing came out.
Oh, buckets. I would see that one. I would only see the bucket monster.
Yulia couldn't see that one, but Miko could. And I mean that scene was really funny because like Miko had her hands out for some odd reason or something like that. But Yulia, she couldn't only see like the
she thinks she's
ones,
fighting them,
and she thinks that she's fighting them and stuff. Like that scene was funny and everything.
It's a comedy and a horror. It's got the fine line.
I really wish that the two of them would just like literally have a sit down conversation and say, "Hey, like you can see
Danny,
them, right?"
That's impossible because this is anime. Nobody can have conversations in anime.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a fourth character who can also see them, and that's their substitute teacher.
No.
He can see them.
He can't. No, he can't. No, he can't. Because
sure
remember in the hospital,
maybe he can't see them,
like,
but he can sense them.
No. I know for sure he could not see them. Like he was more when.
Oh, maybe he can't see them. I think he can sense them though, because like there's a part where he walks past a window and he like looks over at it. And he has the same baggy eyes as Miko, so I'm pretty sure he can see.
Well, that's because he has this fucking burden, and he literally had trauma because his mom was a piece of shit.
Well, that's the whole reason that anybody can see them is like people with certain types of trauma can see these things, or like certain burdens, I guess, or certain like regret or guilt.
Zen can't see them. You have to remember that Zen can't see them.
Yeah.
He just he.
Well, yeah.
He couldn't.
The monsters attack people with these burdens, basically.
They're more attracted to people who have trauma or burdens and stuff like that.
And we don't actually know.
That's why with Zen had like all those cats surrounding him.
Yeah.
And like Miko thought that he was the cat killer, but in the end he wasn't.
Yeah, and we don't actually know what Miko's trauma is specifically. They never fully reveal it. Apparently, I mean, it's in the source material. I don't know how long. I think apparently the manga is not actually that long, so I don't know if they'd be.
Manga's still going. The manga,
Is it still going?
Yeah, the manga released in 2018.
Okay, so maybe there'll be a conclusion in many years.
There is a spin-off. There is a spin-off that is only 13 chapters.
My main complaint is like I wish that they would hint more at what Miko's trauma is, because there's like no hints at all like why she
I'm
can
sure
see
if
them.
you read it, it'll be more elaborated.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the anime though.
Well,
Because you don't figure
we
out
don't
why.
know if we're gonna get a second season of it. So.
Yeah, we probably not
I hope
anytime
we
soon.
do because I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah, this is a good show. It had a good OP. It was like weird. It had like the weird anime horror that's like not really that scary, but it's kind of spooky. Yes, and so like Miko eventually finds like the shrine, and she
that
prays
shit
to
was
it and gets like some shrine
creepy.
guardians to help her, and it like they take a
But
picture.
they only
like,
were able to help her 3 times.
Yeah, and so like they're doing that, and Hana like takes selfies of them, and she's like, "Wow, I'm really good at this. Look at the lighting on this." Like Miko's looking at it, and it's like a fucking horror
like,
show.
The demon,
Yeah, it's like one demon
thing.
devouring another one behind them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got to figure out that. And like Hana eats so much because of all the demons that are around Miko. So like it saps her energy, so she has to just keep eating. She's like constantly eating. She doesn't realize it. Like Hana's like super innocent. She doesn't know any of that.
Well, there was that one like dead person that was following Hana and literally taking the like small
this is
old
hilarious.
men and like literally
It was
plopping
frying
them
them
on, literally frying them on Hana's boob and then eating them.
It was so funny.
Did you watch this?
You would like this
No.
shit, Sam. I don't know why.
You didn't
This is
watch
like
this?
this is
I'm
Sam
so
core.
surprised that you didn't watch this.
I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that
How
this is
dare
like
you.
something you would like.
I feel like if the writing
It's
was slightly
too
different, I
Sam
might.
core.
But I just didn't like how the one chick was just like completely ignorant to Miko's like.
Oh, Hana? Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Like I
She couldn't
feel like
sense it.
Because Miko
Hana has
didn't-
no empathy, Sam, okay?
Miko didn't want to tell Hana that she can see these things because Hana
Yeah,
gets easily
but-
scared.
but a real
Like,
person
she
would
fucking
figure that
gets
out.
She gets easily scared by spiders and everything like that.
A real
Like,
person would figure out something's wrong with Miko, but anyway, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but it's cool how they solve these, not really mysteries, but they like accidentally solve problems. Like
Some of
Miko
them-
meets like an
some of
old
them are
lady
done-
and accidentally
yeah.
solves her problem like with a safe, and like that's when you figure out like that other people that like that
not
these
all of
that
the
these
dead people are bad.
yeah, not all the monsters are bad, and maybe none of them are.
Yeah.
It's just like trauma from the past, kind of. So it'd be cool if there was like more of a conclusion to this one. That's like the main issue is like there wasn't enough there wasn't enough like foreshadowing and not enough conclusion. But other than that, it was really cool. So I would recommend it. It's one of the more interesting shows.
I did like the OP a lot. It was really cute.
Yeah, that's my
How
spoilers. I'll talk about it later. All right.
Okay. Who watched? And no one watched The World's Finest Assassin Gets Reincarnated in Another World, right?
no.
Dude, I forgot
Okay.
that I had that one on hold. I should have watched that. I fucked up.
So I will. Yeah, I didn't watch it either, but I did like the idea. I know isekais are whatever, but like, this is it. So, I mean, I just like the way that the weapons and magic work in it. It was just fucking cool. Like, you know, here's this guy, this assassin who's like really old, and then he gets reincarnated as this young, handsome, white-haired, you know, husbando guy, and you know, he has this magical sniper rifle. It was fucking sick. Like, you know, and I totally forgot about it as well. But yeah, I heard the show was sick. So, but anyway,
I was a little short on time, so I had to pick and choose. I would have picked this one, but
I was as well.
I'm gonna
and
try
I-
to finish it for next time. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, and I very much want to get better. You know, now that the
You have
holidays
the
are
chance
over.
to finish it before the summies.
Yeah, we
can
got our
finish it before it
summies
comes.
coming up. We don't know. Oh, I think we do have it planned. We'll keep in touch on that.
Yeah.
The fiscal year is not done yet. I still have my solo casts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so we kind of talked about this beforehand, but I'll just mention it real quick. Demon Slayer Mugen Resha arc. So like this was the retell of the Mugen Train arc plus the extra footage, like
The
extra
first
episodes.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch that before the Summies probably.
Yeah, we're gonna cover Demon Slayer Red District and this, when we do our winter review. So obviously it's fucking Demon Slayer, so it's fucking dope, But
yeah, everybody watch Demon Slayer. It's one of the most popular anime.
What
it was
about
on my anime of the decade last decade?
It was. What about Puratnam Endo?
So I like this one, but it's 24 episodes, and I'm just
why let me ask you something.
Also, it has a low mouse score.
Let me ask you something. You know why I'm a dumb fucking slut? Because I didn't realize that this was the same mangaka as the guy who did Death Note.
Yeah, it looks exactly like it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
see?
know what? It is. Now that you said that, I see
As
it
Asuka
now.
would say, "What are you, stupid?"
I
Dumb.
literally see it now. Holy shit.
You like how I completely
Wow.
trashed myself there? Yeah, I fucking went up to Trish. I was like, babe, I didn't know this was this. And she was like, wow, you fucking whore!
Trisha just
Anyway.
punches you in the face.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, you read this? And she's like, no. And she walked away.
She's like, "No, I took one look at it and it was obvious."
So I had this show on my plan to watch, but I ended up not watching it. Is it worth watching?
I think it's going to be interesting. It has a 6.45 on Mal, so it's definitely not one of the better ones. But I mean, I don't know. 24 episodes.
It's going into.
That's what I'm
winter.
saying. So I'll try to. I'll
Okay,
try to watch
but
it
for
as we go
someone-
into the next season.
But
For
for
someone
someone
who
who
hasn't-
hasn't seen it yet, is it worth?
I don't remember.
watching?
It was.
Danny,
it
I would
kind of had
definitely-
like a Death Note type of vibe.
Danny,
to it.
it's the perfect show to give the 3-ep rule and then decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on hold. What is it? It's
'Cause
like
I
a.
did
It's like
see-
people with like angel powers or some shit.
The angels come down and they choose 12 human people, and say, we're going to give you these powers, and you got to kill the other people with the powers, and then you can become God. But like the
each person
powers
has like
are
2 abilities or something.
Yeah, so there's like
Yeah.
different tiers, and then the special tier is you get the white arrow, the red arrow, and flight. Some people only have the white arrow. Some people only have the red arrow. Some people don't have flight at all. And so I don't remember which one is which. I totally fucking forgot. But I think it's the red arrow. The red arrow is the one where you can control anybody for like a week. So you can actually kill people that way.
I remember that. The girl's like, "You'll fall in love with me," and he's like, "Good, I'm already in love with you."
Yeah, there's one guy in the
That
beginning
wasn't like
who
the first couple
abuses
eps.
it. Yeah, he's like this pop star guy who's like kind of ugly, but like he gets like 12 girls to like date him at one time, and then when the power wears off, all the girls like wake up in his car naked, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Then the white arrow, right? The white arrow is insta kill, insta homing. Like it doesn't matter how far away, as long as
Dragon
I can
Knight
see you.
Hyper Beam.
That's basically what it is. As long as I can see you, and I'm pointing it at you.
Oh, it's like Frieza when he uses his laser pointer finger.
It's kind of like that, except this is insta like find you, die 5,000.
Yeah.
Whereas Frieza's laser pointer you can dodge. This is like I could even point it a little bit to the left, as long as I can see you and it's going in your general direction.
Oh, it's a sure
Dunyan.
hit. Sure hit. Okay.
Dunyan, yeah, Dunyans.
Yeah.
Dunyans.
So this is by the
Oko.
same creators as Death Note. Literally the same character design, same creator. So
Anyway,
it's not
it's
as good as
pretty cool.
Death Note. You know, if you haven't seen Death Note, watch that. But
Yeah.
it was kind of interesting. Blue Period. What do we got? We got to hurry up.
Bru periodo.
This is the show. Like I'm
See?
gonna say my piece before you guys say it. I
Go
don't
ahead.
like
Okay,
this
go
type
ahead.
of show. I don't like the art shows.
It
I
doesn't
don't like the music
art
shows.
music. He doesn't
I don't
like anything.
I don't do
He's
art.
an uncultured
I don't do
swine.
music, and I don't do food. Okay,
Which is like he's on a podcast that basically reviews art every fucking day.
it's
Like,
too on the
every fucking week.
nose. It's too on the nose.
It's too on the nose.
This is like this. It always just reminds me of like a shitty Whiplash ripoff. You know, I just don't. You know, I can't do it. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it and had your little chuckles and had some fun. So
I mean,
take the mic.
I have some points that I would.
Does
This
anybody
is another butt flicks one,
before
by the way.
before I
It is
stop?
another
Does
butt
anybody
flex.
say not my tempo? That's all I care about.
No.
Okay.
That's like what is that from the 90s?
No, not quite my tempo. You know, from Whiplash. That's the meme.
That's more music. This is more like fine arts.
Yeah, more like fine farts.
So
okay, you guys can talk.
You would hear Not My Tempo in like
I'm about to go bottle some farts.
Ope Destiny.
Yeah, great
You'd
joke,
probably
Nick.
hear
Where'd you
that.
learn that? The School of Performing Farts? God,
I'm just imagining somebody dancing and then like ending with a flourish and just tooting at the end.
Yeah. Plie! Okay, Danny, go ahead and make your... What you were going to say?
So, I really liked this show. I mean, I'm an art student myself, so this definitely had its interesting points, especially with a teenager who, you know, kind of was just going along with whatever was going on. I mean, like he would go out and watch the game with his friends like late at night in Shibuya and stuff. He's a social smoker. Like he doesn't really smoke all the time. Like he kind of hides that.
He just goes along with what the kids are doing.
Literally, he just goes on, but like he wants to do good in school. Like he's a good student, you know, and he goes home and he studies and stuff like that. But when he was in his art class, you know, the art teacher, amazing, by the way. Like that was...
Yeah, the art teacher was
like,
cool, dude.
I wish she was my art teacher. But like she goes like, okay, here's your assignment. You have to draw whatever comes, like whatever you think is beautiful. Like
I want somebody to Photoshop Dick Butt onto his drawing.
Well, honestly, the one friend that Yatora is like Yaguchi, like one of his friends, he's like, I'm gonna draw boobs, and he drew boobs.
Genius. Sidebar.
But
there's a funny interview of the Harry Potter actors, and they asked them to draw a god, and the actor who played Malfoy drew a picture of a girl with a skateboard. and then Emma Watson's like, and that's the moment I fell in love with him.
Oh God. Anyway,
Cool story,
so
Nick.
like the first 3 episodes definitely were really strong. It kind of started to be a little lackluster for me after Yaguchi went to like the prerequisite classes in order for him to go into university. I was a little disappointed at it was more focusing on Yaguchi rather than all these other characters. Like there's a lot of trauma that Ryuji has, especially with his parents, because they prefer to be identified as a girl, which is why in the art club they refer Ryuji as what is it, Yuka-chan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they prefer to be called Yuka, but their family, like their mom and their dad, don't like that side of them. The only person that they're close with and actually calls them Yuka is their grandmother, and their grandmother, you know, liked Japanese art. So, you know, you didn't really see too much of Yuka a lot. There was only like a handful of episodes where you actually understood why Yuka-chan is the way they are. So I kind of wanted to see a little bit more of that. I kind of got bored at seeing Yaguchi trying to figure out what he wants to paint. So, and there was like a whole bunch of other characters that I was like questioning, like, well, what's this character about? Like, you're showing me this character, but you're not giving me enough information on the character and why I should care about them. So that was my little kind of like disappointment of the show in general. I still think it was a really good show. Uba, who was the other teacher that helped Yaguchi out whenever there was an assignment, she was amazing. Like I just, my one pet peeve again is just that they threw all these like characters at you, but they didn't really give you a reason on why you should care about them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping, I think they announced the second season for Blue Period. I'm hoping that the second season they'll give us a little bit more on like why I should care about these characters.
And I've heard the manga is really good, so hopefully they go on with it and they explore more, because I have not read it, and I hope that they do explore Yuka more, and hear her story, because like if you even look at the key visual, right, like there's like 5 characters including the main character on there, so you kind of wish that they, and maybe it's
like
just
this cover thing that Mal gives you and Annie List, like there's literally 5 characters there. So when you're looking at that photo, you're thinking, oh, okay, this show is about these 5 characters. And then when you get into the show, it's literally just about Yaguchi.
Yeah, obviously, like he's the main guy, but like you think they would explore the other characters more than how the show did it.
Right.
So,
right.
But I mean, the manga's still going. It's in Monthly Afternoon Magazine, so hopefully we'll get a little more of it. But I did enjoy it, and it is on Buttflix, so that was kind of nice to watch it on Buttflix. But yeah, I think it's really cool. And like Nick said, I like art. I've been getting back into like appreciating art and other artists and art history again, and that's thanks to all the people who post in the art channel in our Discord.
This show definitely made me want to start drawing again.
It's definitely made me like, because I was already starting to draw again, and it made me like even more like, okay, I'm gonna draw more.
Yeah,
yeah. And everyone should buy Clip Studio Paint if you're an artist and you're still using Photoshop or something Adobe.
I still need to get a tablet.
Don't use Adobe. Don't use Adobe anymore. It's garbage. This is where you draw the titties, and that's all I've been doing is drawing titties. But yeah, no. Yeah, great show. And I might just read the Mango Chutney, honestly. But I think the animation's decent. I know there were some people who...
I feel like they were playing it safe overall in general.
They might have been.
I don't feel like that they were taking a whole lot of risks.
If you're not first, you're last, Ricky Bobby.
Yep. Yep.
It was
Am I
good.
wrong?
Like I'm not saying it was a bad show either. I just wish that there were just some like more I would say a little bit more drama.
Maybe a little bit more of everything. And again, this is just the first 12 eps. Who knows? There's going to be more. But yeah.
Moving on.
86 Part 2.
I haven't even finished part 1, to be honest.
I haven't finished Part 1, yeah.
This is one of those, like, war stories.
War is
bad, XD.
I kind of got... I only like one character, and that's the chick.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pulling a Danny on this one, where I kind of don't like anybody else except one character, and
the show sucks. Move on.
It's like so. It's. I don't know why people like this. Why is it such a high score? This feels like it should be like a 7.5.
I think it's because the stakes in it, the stakes.
Yeah, it has high stakes, and it's like way melodramatic, and like
it's super melodramatic.
What did the first
like
season
on the
score
nose
as?
too much, and it's like racism is bad, blah blah. I don't know. I've only gotten halfway through season 1, so you know what? I can't really speak on it, but that's my impression.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing. That's another thing where I don't want to get too much into the weeds about it. But obviously, racism is bad, and that's a part of it, right? But like. It's not even just that. It's like classism as well, and they don't even focus on that as much as they should.
It's all about class. That's the only thing that matters.
And they should focus on the class a little bit more, because that's basically what it is. Like you have these people, you're making these poor district people fight for you, and whatever. And part of it, the part of the lower class people are because they're a different hair color. Skin color, things like that.
I mean, that's the excuse. They just find another thing to put on them.
Right, yeah, exactly. If they overcome that, they'll just find another reason to make them... Yeah.
But we don't know enough about all the details, so we should just move on.
Mecha design is cool.
There's
The
a
vehicle
dub,
design
so
is cool.
I might watch the dub instead of wasting
Oh, shit, it is dubbed, isn't it?
It is.
I'm gonna
It
do
is
that.
dubbed, yeah.
Although dubbing sounds weird at 2 times speed. So
The vehicle design is really cool. I'll say that. The mecha and vehicle design is super cool. Anyway.
here
on
we
to,
go. A good show.
And anime of the season.
How does this one not have more viewers? What the fuck? Is this like streaming on like Amazon or some shit? Like where's?
No, it's on Funimation.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
that.
think it's on. Oh no, it's on Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Oh, it's on Crunchyroll. How come? Okay, how is this not
Yeah.
higher up? When did it start?
Yeah.
It should be at the top.
I mean, it has a really high score.
Because it's not an
It's-
isekai,
it's-
and it has like an
it's
it has a
80
different art style, and it's not an isekai.
8.85.
Yeah,
This literally
8.8.
it has an 8.8. It's literally the highest one out of everything.
Studio. It's Wit Studio, Adventure Fantasy, Ranking of Kings. How is this not above like all the shitty isekais? Like what the fuck? Anyway,
It has the highest score, but not on the list, which is
Yeah, the
'cause it doesn't have as many
popularity
members.
is quite a bit lower.
The popularity is low, but
I mean, it's still 200,000 people, so that's not. I mean, that's a chunk.
basically,
This
the
show
syn-
is great.
yeah, basically there's this land, and the land in Kingdom is run by King Boss, and the way that their monarchy or whatever system works is there's a rank of people in line to take the throne, and he's got 2 kids, one with one person, one with another, and one of them is Boji, and the other one is what's his name? Daida? Yeah, Daida.
Daida. Yeah.
And everyone thinks Boji is going to be next in line, but
Well, because Boji is the oldest.
right, he's the older, and then they announce that it's actually going to be Daida, and then they think it's he starts to feel really bad about himself because obviously people laugh at him and make fun of him because he's deaf, he's kind of puny, he's not very strong, and it's kind of sucks, right? This is a very much the big theme about this is don't judge a book by its cover. Obviously talking about the main character, right? Wrong.
Because he's
Talking about
deaf and he can't talk.
I already
right?
said all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
disabled.
you ruined my fucking thing. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna start from the top because you fucked up.
All right.
Okay, here's one thing. You think that they're talking about don't judge a book by its cover by the main character Boji. Wrong. Damn it, now it's not. It doesn't have the same effect. You see that? Okay, anyway.
Just
Every character.
you're gonna edit that, right?
No, I'm gonna leave it all in because you fucked up my shit.
All right.
Anyway,
Boji's my boy.
Boji is my boy, and here's why. Because even you can't judge anyone in this show by anything, because as
Yeah,
each
because you
episode
think there's
each
bad
episode
guys
goes
and they're
on,
good guys, you know.
each episode goes on, and you're like, wait a second,
Yeah.
I thought Homeboy was part of my squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the beginning, you see Kage, the assassin clan guy, the little shadow guy, and he's a jerk. And then all of a sudden, he becomes Boji's best friend. Don't judge anybody by nothing.
Not
by
only that, but like Queen Hillian,
healing,
you know,
Big nose
what's
lady.
her name?
healing.
Healing. She was like
She's pretty hot.
super mean. She was super mean to Boji in the beginning. Like she was all like, "You came home with no clothes again. Like what the heck?" So, but then over time, like when her episode came up, like she wanted to connect with Boji and everything, and you know she learned sign language for him, like all this kind of. Literally, I was like in almost tears anytime I watched this.
Well,
Almost every
you've been helping
episode I
Boji.
watched. I was just
They
like,
show-
oh my god.
They show her flashback episode, and you realize that she treats him the way she does currently because she wants him to be protected and
Yeah.
doesn't want nothing to happen to him. And him being on the throne, you know, he would be in front of everybody, you know,
Yeah.
whereas Daida has, like, you know, the drive and whatever, and right, but he's also talking to this fucking creepy mirror.
Yeah, the
Mirror
mirror is
on
like
the wall.
she's like
Yeah,
the what's her name? Merengue.
Mango chutney.
Mango chutney.
She is like this. She like can't have a physical form. Anyway, she's trying to like pull strings
Well,
from
we
the
don't know
shadows.
why. We don't know why she's in the mirror.
Yeah, well,
because
and I've
we
only seen the first
obviously
11
know that she-
episodes. We've only watched like
Yeah.
we
part of it.
obviously know that she wasn't in the mirror before.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's
So-
trying to convince Daida to do some shit.
Yeah, she's trying to like poison a bunch of characters
vicariously, like making them do such shit to each other, and
like their bodyguards and stuff like that, and Daida, and so like Boji early on in the show, he goes off on an adventure, and he eventually gets separated from his guardians, which is the sword guy and the guy the sword guy's training,
Domus
and Hokuro.
And Hokuro.
Yeah. And so like they get separated. They think Boji had died, but he didn't. He's like he's like in the underworld or something, right? So
something happened. Well, so something happened to Boji. Boji got pushed into Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
By somebody.
I don't know. I feel like I missed that exact scene. That scene must have taken like 1 second.
Maybe because you were watching at 2 times
It was a pretty dramatic moment.
What fucking episode was that? Like episode...
moment.
I don't even know what episode that was.
It was like episode 4 or 5. Anyway, we won't say who pushed him. But like, it becomes kind of apparent that not everybody is as they seem. And it's just like, every episode, something is like, holy...
Yeah, it's all like, oh, we think that this person's a bad guy. But then like, they had a motive in order to like, why the reason why they did it, like it gets explained later on, and
friends become enemies and enemies become friends, and they become friends and enemies again.
The
enemy of my enemy of my enemy of my enemy is my friend, but also my enemy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all you need to know. Don't trust nobody.
Nick should watch the dub for this, because
I did. I watched part of the dub.
You watched your favorite YouTuber be
ProZD,
the Shadow Man.
Yeah, dude, ProZD is amazing.
My boy.
Dude.
My boy. He also works on 86. He's in the dub for 86.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, dude. Give ProZD more dub roles, please. I also want to say...
I want him to dub voice Bradicus.
I also want to say that
character.
What's really cool is, and the VA for Boji in Japan is not deaf, but people were talking about how it's getting a dub, and they're hoping that the VA for the dub is a deaf person. But I will say this: the sign language depicted in the show is supervised by the Tokyo Foundation of the Deaf.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. They would not be able to get away with like having fake sign language.
Yeah, no, obviously not. But I think that's really cool. And as somebody who's like currently like starting to learn sign language, I just thought it was super fucking amazing. So I really like it's just so good. It's too good. And I want to talk about it more, but I don't want to say... I'm going to say shit, and I don't want to say shit. I think everyone just needs to watch it.
I think every character is lovable.
Yes, in a weird way, even if they're doing some shit. Like
they have really cool designs. They don't look like anime, It's like...
Dude, Beeben?
It's like a cartoon.
Dude? Mustache face Johnson with the snack?
Oh, yeah, that guy.
And the three-headed snack. I forgot the three-headed snack's name already. But...
My boy Deathpar.
But yeah, dude, really fucking... And Wit Studio does a really good job. The animation is just...
Oh yeah, the fight scenes are fluid. It's amazing. There's no choppiness to this show. It looks incredible. If you like regular style fantasies, like this is about as good as it gets.
Their animation doesn't dip or anything dumb like that. It just goes. And
it's super humble.
Yeah, and
it literally makes you like want to bawl your eyes out. I haven't cried yet, but anytime Boji does something so adorable, I'm just all like, oh, I want to hug him.
You just want to hold him, dude.
I really just want to cuddle him and be like, it's okay. Like I definitely get the warm fuzzy feeling anytime, like in every single episode I got a warm fuzzy feeling.
Yeah
exactly.
Like
really
there's
cool.
Nothing that I think that like, even like the bad stuff, I'm just all like, oh, get him, Boji, get him.
And we'll talk about it more because it's going into winter, but we had to talk about it now too, just because it's so fucking good, dude. It's just it's just really good.
This one is 23 episodes, so
yes, it's 23. We only watched up to 11, obviously, but yeah, it's shit. All right, Moving on. God damn it.
My senpai is annoying.
Senpai Gauzai Kohai no
Doga
Hanashi.
Kobo?
This one was a cute one too. Yeah, Doga Kobo.
Doja Chobo. I'm telling you,
This is a working comedy anime.
Doja
That's what it
Chobo
is.
is good at these animes, man. They're great at them. They're amazing. Like, they're really good at capturing Japan and the insides of Japanese buildings, and just really good at it. Doga Kobo is just amazing. Doga Kobo is underrated, in my opinion. But, yeah, basically, this girl named Futaba Igarashi has been working at this office for like 2 years, and her senior coworker, Harumi Takeda, is like this really huge, like, himbo guy.
Oh, yeah, he's
And,
a himbo.
She's, like, extra short, you know? She's super short, and
She is small.
people, like, pat her on the... He, like, pats her on the head, and she's like, stop it! Like... He treats her like a kid, and she's, like, kind of in love with him a little bit. It's really cute. It doesn't necessarily say, like, what job it is. It's just some office job. It doesn't really matter.
It's like sales.
Yeah, like, they go and meet clients and stuff and whatever. So whatever they're selling, you know. I like to put my headcanon as a paper company, like Dunder Mifflin.
It is
That's
called
just me.
a certain trading company.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it says on the
certain
Mal rewrite.
A certain trading company. But yeah. What I like about it, though, which is, like, in my opinion, what Komi did really well, is, yeah, you have the main characters, which are Futaba and Takeda, right? But it explores the relationships with the other characters as well. Like, there's Sakurai and Kazuma. Kazuma is kind of like a little pervert. He's kind of a perverted guy. He's into big boobs and whatever. But, like, very, how do you say? Like, listless? Like, he's very, like...
Oh, yeah, listless.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And he's just kind of like, he goes to work, he goes home, whatever. But, like, you know, as he starts, like, kind of liking Sakurai more, he kind of starts, like, kind of falling for her really hard.
Yeah, because she's
So
the
much to the
hottest
point
chick in
where-
the show.
I disagree, but, you know... you're
Plus,
a bitch,
she's, like,
that's
super
fine.
nice, too. She's the nicest. She's, like, the ultimate waifu.
She's like the plain Jane ultimate basic
Plain
waifu
Jane,
that
how
everybody-
dare you? Every time she walks past people, they break their necks looking at her.
Best girl, aside from the main girl, is Natsumi, which is Futaba's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Not even close.
Miss Cat Eye Girl.
Dude, Nick, you don't know what you're talking about, and I feel like you're full of crap.
You guys don't appreciate nice
Some-
characters.
You have to remember that Nick is a basic bitch, and he
Yes.
likes the basic,
And what about it?
plain Jane, unseasoned characters.
Not saying that Sakurai isn't hot. She's definitely hot, but I'm just saying, what are you? a
She's
Yutz?
actually the only hot character in this show.
Nah, dude, you're Bupkiss. You don't know what you're talking about. But, like, my favorite part, you know, is the Christmas episode. That's one of them, anyway. Because, like, she's, like, debating the whole entire episode, whether she should get her senpai Takeda a Christmas gift. You know? Because she's like, I don't want it to be weird. Like, what if he thinks because I like him or something? Even though I do. Shut up.
Get him a mug.
Like, you know what I mean?
Get him a plain mug.
Yeah, I would have
Nothing.
just got him a world's best boss mug, but she, like, went out and bought him, like, a really nice tie and whatever. you
She's
know,
trying to
and then,
tie the knot.
All right. So, God damn it, dude. But yeah, it does a very nice job of, yes, it focuses on the main two characters, but, like, it does a really nice job of sprinkling in nice, very cool moments with all the other characters in the office and outside of the office. One of my favorite supporting characters is Futaba's grandpa.
Oh my god, he's hilarious.
He's funny.
like this
That-
shredded, like,
that whole episode when he came to visit Tokyo and stuff.
Yeah,
and
he watches
him
Your Name.
And Takeda just went at it and stuff. Like, they were, like, doing all these competitions. Like, they went to the same fishing spot and they started, like, catching all these fish. I forget where else they went.
they fucking bought like a shit ton of like soda cans and stuff like that, or like stuffed animals, and a kid like wanted one, so like they literally gave the whole bunch to the little kid.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Like that honestly, that episode is my favorite episode of all time. Like the grandpa was the best out of the entire show.
He was great. Actually, it reminds me of the pool episode in Komi where like they're trying to hold their breath and the loser has to buy the winner a soda.
Oh yeah.
And they all came up and it just cuts to Komi having 9 cans of soda.
Yep.
Oh, it could. Yeah,
Anyway.
they let her win every game. Yeah.
Yeah, it just cuts over.
Komi
and
is like
Komi now has
is
9
like
cans.
Sakamoto pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, Oji-chan, he's awesome, and yeah, there's a lot of great characters. Now
The couple
show,
of Kazuma and Sakurai are great. I like them too.
Yeah.
Well, they're not quite a couple. They are, but they aren't. But they are. You know. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah, they haven't
They're
said
a
it
couple,
yet, but,
let's face it. They spent New Year's alone together. They're a couple.
Alone together.
Alone together. What is that?
Nick is like, elaborate on that. I don't know what that is.
The logic is illogical. I like how he
but
quotes like a manga to her, or to like some guys that are hitting on her, and he's like, "This is my woman, go away," or whatever. And he's like, "I read that in the manga."
I read that in the manga, yeah. This show and Komi kind of competed in my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they were both slice of lives and
This is like the
animated
aged up.
Yeah, animated very well, you know. But I did like Komi better, obviously. But this one, very nice.
This one was cute.
Very cute office comedy. Dogakobo rules at that shit. I mean, they did New Game.
Oh, that might be my favorite Dogakobo. New game.
It's my favorite. It's definitely my
Are
favorite.
you sure?
Dogakobo,
Because
yeah.
they did the Sleepy Princess
Oh!
one.
Shit.
They
Okay.
did Dumbbells.
They did
too.
They did Nozaki-kun, Plastic Memories. Oh, they did
Nozaki-kun,
Umaru-chan. What am I talking about?
Nozaki-kun, I would say, is my favorite Dogakobo.
Umaru-chan. Yeah, let's go.
Dojo Chobo. But yeah, very nice show. Definitely worth the watch all the way. The Faraway Paladin I did not finish, and I am really mad. So I hope to finish it for the SUMMIES. But very cool fantasy. It's by Studio Children's Playground Entertainment, based on a light novel. And this kid gets raised by 3 dead people. One's a ghost, one's a mummy, and the other one's a skeleton. And the skeleton's name is Blood.
Oh
And
yeah, I
he
watched
teaches
the
him how to-
first couple episodes of this.
Yeah, the main character's name is William G. Mary Blood.
But we haven't finished
Fucking
it though.
great
so.
name. Yeah, we didn't finish it, but and then the Augustus is the ghost. He teaches him magic, and then Mary, the mummy, teaches him like how to like cook, life stuff.
By the
things
looks
like
of it looks like a kind of an average
Yeah,
fantasy show. It's like a 7.0 on Mal.
I got about halfway through, and I think the beginning was really sweet, and then it got kind of mid.
Oh yeah, that's what every
they-
anime does. They know how to start and they know how to end,
Yeah,
or they don't know how to end. But
They introduced like Meneldor, Meneldo.
Dumbledore?
Dumbledore. They introduced Dumbledore, and I mean like some other characters that are like supporting characters. I don't even remember the fucking names of them now. I think there's like a little magical girl traveling with a troubadour or something. I don't know, but like I don't even remember it. That's probably like that's what should tell you that I don't even know if I'm gonna finish it. I'll try to because I did like the beginning, but
yeah,
anyway,
we got to move on.
banished from the hero's party. I decided to live a quiet life.
This is like
and the
Spice
show
and
sucks.
Wolf
it
meets the cheat pharmacist Slow Life.
Except it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a 7.0 on Mal.
Yeah, like he gets isekai, becomes a pharmacist. Oh. Wow, way to become big pharma. Wow, okay, fuck you, dude.
I bet he
Anyway.
charges people triple.
Charges people $50 million for, insulin. Good job, great anime. World's End Harem. Yeah, nobody cares about this. Dude.
So this one, they had the censorship problems.
God, just like
you had to
what
watch
did you
it.
Think was gonna happen?
Like the whole point of this is to see the boobies and the nipples and the areolas and the armpits.
Right.
And if you don't get to see those, then there's no point. So if you can watch it uncensored, go do that.
I mean, marketing it on Mal with the rest of the anime like it's not that is stupid. Like what? It's like the interspecies reviewers thing all over again.
The thing that bugs me is like the dude isn't banging him. Like, and I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, that is so like unrealistic.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sorry, especially if they're that hot. Like, you know, it'd be one thing if they were like toothless hobos with one arm. You know, it's like okay, but these chicks are like, 10s. So it's like, come on, man.
Like he's like one of 9 guys left in the world, and they all want to bang because they need to repopulate. Just do it, man. You know, like
if it was me, they'd be like, "You're one of the last males alive," and before they finish their sentence, I'd be like, "Whoosh!" My clothes would be off.
Yeah, you do the Bruce Almighty.
Yeah,
thing
the Bruce Almighty.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of.
And then it just flies off.
I do the loop on the third thing where I dive in with my boxer shorts.
Yeah. At least interspecies reviewers were more realistic. Those guys wanted to bang. Like, they were trying to bang. You know what I mean? It's like, that makes sense, at least.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway.
Dumb.
Ecchi show. Next, we're going to skip a couple here. I haven't seen Kaizoku Ojo?
Yeah, Fina. That was a Netflix thing that appeared, that it premiered in America first. It looks kind of
cool. I don't know. It's an action adventure.
I heard it was pretty sweet, but the ending sucked, is what I heard.
Okay. Well, it's anyway. On Netflix. What do we got here? Skip a few. Okay.
Taishou.
Nosferatu. I know Mike liked that one. I didn't get a chance to get to that one. But, okay, here we go. Taishou, Maiden, Fairytale.
Didn't like this one.
Sam didn't like this. Sam doesn't like anything.
This is the one in the beginning where I was just like, wow, dude.
It is a little overly sweet and buttery with the main girl. If you don't like her, then you're not going to like the show. But it takes place.
She's the only thing I like about it.
Oh, yeah, you didn't like the guy. How do you not like the guy, but you like Shinji? What the fuck? Okay, anyway. We got okay. So look, this takes place during the Taishou period in Japan, which is like 1920, and you got this kid, Tamahiko Shima. He lives alone in the mountains because he lost the use of his right hand after a car accident that also killed his mother, and his dad gets all closed off from everybody, and like he back then especially it was all about like honor and pride and everything. And so, like, their family was ashamed of him because if he didn't have his right hand, he couldn't do as much, I guess. Even though he still can, like, he still write and stuff. He's not like a laborer or whatever. But anyway, it was kind of they were ashamed of him, so they just declared him dead. But they secretly moved into the mountains, and so like, he's like estranged from his family. He didn't want to disgrace them. They didn't want to be disgraced, so he's moved over there, and he gets taken care of by this girl named Yuzuki, who is supposed to be his future wife because she was sold to them, and to repay her family's debts because that's what happened back then, I guess. And it fucking sucked.
Legit,
back then,
that's what happened back then.
Shit.
Yeah.
And this
not even just Japan, but other countries. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it probably still happens, but not as much. But anyway, it's called human trafficking, and
yeah, pretty much.
That's not even to pay debts. That's just anyway. So this this is cool because, and I like this. I don't know if Danny watched it or not. Danny?
No, I didn't watch it. I stopped. I mean, the only shows I watched was Komi, Jobless, Destiny, the Dead People. I See Dead People show, Blue Period, My Senpai is Annoying, and Ranking of Kings. And I have on hold The Vampire Dies in No Time.
Okay. So I'm going to quickly finish this one. Taishou, Maiden, Fairytale. This is the best romance of the season. It is.
Disagree.
It is a historical setting, and it's a little bit of comedy in it too. I know Sam hates it because the main character is a little mopey at the beginning, but he grows pretty quickly. Like Yuzuki, she raises him up, and then he raises her up, and then she raises him up. They just keep raising each other up and like heating up and everything. It's good, dude.
I think the cool part about it isn't there like because there's parts where like his siblings like start visiting.
Yeah,
him,
so
right?
his sister visits in the first few episodes, and she's kind of a Brita. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever seen
she's
Community,
a Brita filter, yeah.
The show Community, she's kind of a B, And so Yuzuki wins her over, though, and they become fast friends. And basically everybody loves Yuzuki because she's like the perfect girl, kind of. She's very small and tiny, and you eventually find out that she's got some bazooka boobs too, but she always like wraps them up. So like they didn't want to draw like two different character designs, so they draw her in like this small yukata. What do they call it? Yukata robes. They dressed in one of those like traditional robes. But yeah, it's just a very sweet romance, you know? I mean, it takes place back then. There's also like the Tokyo fire, like the great big Tokyo fire that happens near the end of the show, and like that's a big set piece, like a big portion of drama. Like certain characters are wondering if other characters are going to make it, and then it's cool because like you get to see the main guy come out of his funk a little bit. And also Yuzuki, she was also kind of like despondent at first because she thought she'd be like abused or whatever because she didn't know who she was getting sold to, but she found out that he's a good guy, that Tamahiko's a good guy. So then they both kind of help each other, and that's kind of like what a relationship should be. It shouldn't be like a one-sided thing, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which some people think it is, but anyway, yeah, because the guy grows a lot. Like he kind of sucks at the beginning. And then she helps him. He starts like teaching kids and everything as like their senpai, and he goes back to school. Like he tries really hard. He starts making friends, and he's glowing up, man. Sheesh.
Yeah, it's like the backdrop for it is like this really archaic tradition, but then it's these two characters kind of breaking that. Like,
I might watch this for our summies.
Yeah,
I think you'd probably like it, Danny. You like romance? It's a romance. It's got a little bit of comedy. It's pretty good.
What I've read is that in that sense, it's kind of like Fruits Basket, where there's this family that hates one of the main characters. Yeah,
hates the outsider.
Well, it is compared to Fruits Basket on the recommendations page.
Yeah, but
if you like the Duke of Death and His Maid, you like Fruits Basket, you like Senko-san, Tonikaku Kawaii.
March comes in like a lion.
It's not. It's maybe a tiny bit like that because he's not playing a game. That's the thing. He's not like a gamer.
It's on the recommendations on here on Annie List. So.
Oh, I'm looking at Mal. Yeah, it's got a tiny bit of that. Not quite, but yeah, I would say that's sort of. But yeah, this is surprisingly good. It's kind of like the underrated show of the season. Studio Synergy SP. So never heard of them.
Never heard of them either.
Oh, they did Initial D, Fifth Stage, and they did Cross Game.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, this is the Initial D studio. Okay. And Major. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Taishou made Fairytale. Surprise of the season for me. So it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Sakugan, I did not finish. I did like what I was watching, and I kind of forgot about it. So there's 2 or 3 shows here in this discussion in which I forgot about it and I wanted to watch it. So I'll try and watch for the summies.
I heard people were disappointed in this one, but I don't know.
Yeah, my brother really likes it.
It's got robots and a daddy-daughter thing.
Which I totally forgot to mention. The newscast is back now, and the first one came out on Monday, and that's with Sudi. So if you haven't heard it yet, go listen to that. But yeah, he says that he likes this one a lot. The mecha design in it is really nice. They're trying to do something unique, but not totally different where it's dumb, you know? And what I like is, and I didn't know this, but the big robot they drive around is called the Big Tony. Yeah, I like that. Big Tony! But yeah, I will finish that. World Trigger, I've never seen it, so I gotta catch up. A Restaurant to Another World 2, Studio OLM. Anyone watch that one or no?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is my least favorite genre.
Yeah.
Well, no,
The Vampire Dies in No Time. I totally forgot about as well. I didn't watch.
There's a ton of shows this season.
Yeah. There was a.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to watch this one because right off the bat the cover is hilarious. So like, oh, I have to watch this. Plus, the vampire has an armadillo sidekick. Johnson. So...
Armadillo Johnson?
And I did watch like the first episode, and the first episode was hilarious because you have the vampire hunter, and like he goes to Dralik's house, but
to slay him.
Yeah, literally Dralik is like this, like terrified, like he's just scared of everything, and like he's so weak that like you just poke him and he turns into sand.
Yeah.
So, and they were like chasing a freaking little kid because the little kid wanted to play video games. And Dralik had all these video game like novelties in his house.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a kind of a slice of life, right? Like in the Vampire Hunters.
Yeah, it's definitely a comedy. Like there's
Yeah.
by no means any sort of
It's one of those
scary drama or anything like that.
It's one of those odd situation supernatural comedies, kind of like the Sleepy Princess and Demon Castle thing or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe I'll give that a few watches before we do the Summies as well. Heike Monogatari is probably the other big one of the season. This is another one I forgot about, but Studio Science Saru.
Yeah, Naoko Yamada directed it too.
Yes.
She did
based on the tale of the Heike, which is an epic account of the struggle between the Taira clan and Minamoto clan for control of Japan at the end of the 12th century, the Ginpei War, if you will. But it's not an adaptation of that story, but it's an adaptation of a part of it where they include this character named Biwa, and she plays the Biwa, and
she is the Biwa.
Shigemori no Taira of the Taira clan adopts her, and yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of based on a true historical events, and that's kind of the weakness of it because historical anime never do as well, especially during this era. Because like the ones that do really well are like Kenshin and Gintama, Samurai Champloo, like during the Edo or Meiji periods. But this period is like 400 years before that or something.
There's like a lot of it is kind of like political.
And yeah, it's basically two clans fighting each other. That's kind of like the deal. There's like this one you really have to pay attention, and you might even need to know like a little bit of history ahead of time.
Yeah,
it's a little bit hard to follow.
You can read like a summary of the tale of the Heike if you want. That's what I did, and I kind of understood, so it's fine. It has been translated many times, a few times I think by Arthur Lindsay Sadler, and then Helen McCullough, and then Burton Watson did the latest version. But I definitely, there's also a retold version of it called The New Tale of the Heike. But like, yeah, this just follows this character Biwa, who's fictional. They weren't in the original.
And she's not even like
story.
the main character. She's kind of like an observer or a narrator almost.
She kind of is. Yeah, like she's they kind of paint her like that as the main character, but really she's just like you're viewing.
There's like it's like a huge
thing
cast.
through her eyes.
It's like a bunch of people are the main characters. You have like the heads of the clans, and then you have Tokuko, who's like the main woman, and Shigemori is like the main guy, pretty much.
Yeah, Shigemori is the guy who adopts Biwa in the beginning. Yep.
I honestly just like don't know every detail. I couldn't even tell you what happened in this show. I watched it and it washed over me.
So, and I don't know if this is in like the original story or whatever, but like Shigemori no Taira, the main guy, like if he closes one of his eyes, he can see like dead warriors who've died during like war and battle. And Biwa, when she closes the opposite eye, she can see
the future,
like, the
right?
future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, that's kind of like one of the reasons he adopts her, because he's kind of like, oh shit, I can use this, you know? And so you're kind of, they paint her as kind of the main character, even though she really isn't. You're just viewing the recount of the story of Heike through her eyes. And that's kind of like what takes you through the show. But I'm going to finish it so I can give you a better...
It's a really beautiful show. Like the backgrounds are great, the animations are great, the character designs are great.
Oh yeah.
Science Saru and Naoko Yamada are like the perfect combination. The music is really good.
Naoko Yamada.
Oh, dude, she's one of the goats. She's good.
Who did the fucking music?
But
Kensuke Ushio.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
This is basically like a Nick like dream anime like staff. Pretty much.
Yeah, this is like cheating the anime. Yeah, like it's just
but the only issue is like it's just hard to follow, and it's a historical thing, and that's like That's really holds it back. Also, it was like a tweener. It aired in like at a weird time period. It was like it was like September to November or something.
Because when we started watching it, it was already like 5-6 episodes in.
Well, it started early and ended early, so like people didn't get into it as much.
September
It's not a
of
traditional
October.
shonen. It's kind of it's just kind of strange.
Yes.
So I would recommend it, but I like hesitantly. Like it looks like I can't describe it that well. If you're a fan of these types of stories of like or like older, like period piece type shows, then this is definitely something to watch.
Yeah, I definitely am not, and I love this show.
I'm not even sure if I liked it. I know it's good, but I don't know if I like it. You know,
I fucking love it, and we'll talk about it more during the summies when I finish it.
Like you really have to put 100% of your attention onto it in order to watch the show. You can't be on your phone. You can't be doing anything else.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
That's like the weakness of it.
Nick.
Yeah, and you can't watch it 2 times speed.
Build Divide Code Black. This is based on a mobile game. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I think we haven't watched anything else, so you can just go to the end here.
Yeah. I just some ones I want to mention real quick that I finished watching. Deji Meets Girl. It's a short. That's why I was able to finish it.
Oh, that's a short?
Yeah.
I would have watched it. I would have known that. God damn.
It's really cute, and the animation is tops, dude. It's super cool. This guy comes to this hotel in Okinawa and meets this girl, and then the world starts kind of just flipping upside down, and like water and fish are everywhere. It's kind of goofy, but like it makes sense, but it doesn't. I don't know, man. It's really cute though. I also watched Kaginato because it's like Isekai Quartet, but it's stuff that is by key franchises. So Little Busters, Clannad, Kanan, Rewrite, Purore, Pride of Orange. I did not finish, but I watched a little more of because
it's an idol hockey show. It's the first hockey anime.
And they start kind of gearing away from the idol stuff later on and more hockey, which I appreciated. Because at first I was really turned off by it because I hate idol shit. I hope idol stuff like dies.
Most Westerners don't like idol shows. That's like really a Japan thing.
It's weird because there's a few people on my friends list who like love it, and I'm just like, how?
Shit, okay, dude! JoJo Part 6 okay.
The new episode, they go to the store and then sing at the store. Okay, cool. You know what I mean?
Stowe.
They go to the store. Tesla Note. I totally forgot about that. I wanted to watch that. Anyway, we'll move on. Gyakuten Sekai no Denshi Shoujo. I really wanted to watch that. But I didn't get to. Digimon Ghost Game. I did not finish, but I will. Sudi loved Lupin the Third Part 6.
Oh yeah, Lupin the Third's always
fan
good.
will love it. Yeah.
The issue is the naming of Lupin the Third. Like, because it's called Lupin the Third, a new viewer will think that they're missing the first 2. So, seriously, I think that's what it is. Like,
yeah,
even though it's such an old property,
his generation.
They're like, oh, the third. Yeah. Fuck, I haven't seen the first one yet.
Shiki Zakura, really crappy. It could have been cool, but they fucked it up. Megaton Musashi, I will watch as well. And then we also have Kanashiki Debu Neko-chan. It's like Ore Tsushima, but a different cat. He's fat. He's a fat kitty. It's hilarious. Love Alternative, I heard is like one of the things making Mecha come back, but obviously it's got a really low score because, not a lot of people like Mecha anymore. They just don't. And then Visual Prison, which is about a vampire, like Visual K band competition or something. And then me and Danny will review Yashihime second season on an extra episode.
Right after we finally review the first season.
Yeah, right after. I think we should just watch it all what there is and then review it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll probably just do that.
There's a bunch of Netflix stuff that dropped too. I forgot about Agretzko season 4, dude.
High Rise Invasion.
Super Crooks.
Yeah.
We talked about House Husband Part 2 because that one I already mentioned that one. JoJo Part 6. I don't know if they've completed all the airings on that on Netflix. Probably not, but
No, I don't believe
It's
so.
still
No.
ongoing.
Yeah.
And a
then,
shitload of Chinese stuff.
Danny is watching Shaman King, and then, of course, a shit ton of Chinese stuff. So
Which I'm going to be honest, I don't intend to watch like almost any of the Chinese stuff. For
one day, I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
think I'm going
fucking. No, one day I'm seriously just gonna go, and, like, find one randomly and just pick one and just watch.
No, don't do the random. You have to just pick the best ones. You have to pick the most
Actually, I'll
popular
tell you-
best ones.
no, you
That's
know
how
what?
you should always
No,
start
you know
with
what,
anything.
Nick? You know what? Best Chinese anime? Thunderbolt Fantasy. There
That's
you go,
not
done.
Chinese. That's a Japanese. That's Japanese though.
But it is a Chinese story, though.
Yeah, but it was like Japanese people worked on it.
It was Japanese made. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, I'm so right. Shut up.
The worst part about that show is like you couldn't keep track of the names. Like no, not even just me, but anybody. Like it might have been a translation thing, but like I couldn't pronounce the names, and I couldn't tell you who was who. I could just be like, okay, that's the sword guy, that's the sorcerer chick. You know, it's like
So on top of learning Japanese and relearning Spanish, I'm also learning Chinese. So it's a little easier for me to understand how to pronounce, like how, like, you know, there's like 4 tones. It's really confusing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't support the CCP, so I'm not going to watch them.
all right. Should we do favorite OP and ED before we tell everyone our favorite anime this season, or?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, we'll go on Nick, Danny, Sam order.
Wait, is that how it's listed?
Yes, it is.
All right,
NDS.
I will go first.
I'm getting that tattooed on me, by the way. I'm getting NDS
NDS, let's
tattooed
go.
on me.
So you're under an NDS right now. You can't talk.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, my favorite OP is
NDS.
the OP from Mieruko-Chan, Mei Nai Karane, and this one is great because she's just like saying, "Please get away from me! Stop! Stop! No!" And it's just like it's like repeating, but in like a melodic version of that, and it's like scary but also funny. And you know, she's running through like colorful puddles are going, you know, Splatoon style.
It's by the VA of the main character. Yeah, it's the VA of the main character.
Yeah,
singing
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And she's just kind of like repeating these mantras, like "Get away from me! Get away from me!"
Yeah.
it's like a really weird OP. That one I liked a lot, and it's a little bit of a mind fuck, you know. The next one, my favorite ED, was from Heike Monogatari, Unified Perspective by a graph featuring An, and this one is kind of like a rap style. It's like a short ED. There's like almost no animation to it, but the song is just so good that I picked it. I know there's a lot of better like animated EDs, but you know, I picked this one. So there you go.
Okay. Danny?
My OP is Cinderella by Cider Girl from Komi Can't Communicate. It's just very catchy, and the like visuals for the OP is eye catching and great. I catch myself like swaying back and forth to the beat anytime it comes on, and it just makes me really happy. And then my favorite ED, I mean, and to be honest, I wasn't really a fan of any of the EDs today. I felt like for this season, I feel like a lot of them were just too slow and they didn't really like catch me as much as most of the OPs did. But if I did have to choose which ED was my favorite, it would have to be Oz by Yama from Ranking of Kings. Just for the soul of like visual aspect of it. So yeah, I mean the song didn't really catch me too much. So yeah.
Sam, yours was like a mixture of both of ours.
Yeah, I'm with Danny on that one. I didn't like a lot of EDs. It was really hard to choose between the opening of Komi and the opening of Ranking of Kings because both
both of them are good.
And the opening of My Senpai is annoying because
yeah, that one was good. Yeah.
And the opening of Takt Op Destiny. Here's why. Because all 4 of those had amazing animation and amazing songs. And so I'll just say this. Takt Op Destiny, the people who do the music, the song in that one is called Band Maid. They're an all-girl band, like metalcore band, visual K metalcore. They all dress up as maids, and they're fucking dope. Yeah, they're like these like 5 girls that dress up as maids, and they're amazing. They're awesome. So yeah, if you've never heard of Bandmaid, you're a butthole. My senpai is annoying. The reason why this is cute is because it's the voice actors of the
characters,
the two main characters, and then Kazuma and Sakurai.
Yeah.
And the story of the reason why I like it a lot is because it's kind of like a story like the Konosuba season 2 OP, where like the main characters are doing their office shit, but it's also Futaba like making little office videos and editing it all together and making like this like promotional thing. It's kind of like she's making the OP, and it's kind of cute. But what I did put was, and then also obviously Ranking of Kings. The song was really good, and the anime was really good. If you listen to our latest radio hour for favorite OPs of the season, that was one of Nick's picks. So it's a really good song, and the animation is just really good. But I chose Komi because the song is really catchy and really perfect for the show, and the animation for it is amazing because it uses that discolored palette to color everything, and colored outlines for like the shadows and things like that. And it's just like, it's, oh my god. There's a scene in it where towards the end of the song where Komi turns around and she's in the classroom and she jumps, and when she jumps, all the desks
float up.
Yeah. And it's just like, god damn it, that's so fucking
That's
cool.
so anime.
It's so anime. And then my favorite ED was Heike Monogatari, Unified Perspective by a graphic.
That was the best song, dude. So good.
The song was just really good. Yeah, it was so good. And sorry, the OP to Komi is Cinderella by Cider Girl. I think Danny said that already, but yeah, love it. Anime of the season.
Oh, I was gonna say on 3 we'll all say, but one of us had a different one. Sam, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first and the reason I didn't put ROK, a Ranking of Kings, is because I feel like it's going to be my anime of the season for winter. So
how dare you?
I put Komi Can't Communicate. Otherwise, it would have been Ranking of Kings, I suppose. But
yeah, that's true. Technicality.
Yeah. Maybe I just wanted to be hipster and be different from the other two.
Well, to be fair, like both of these shows that we all picked are literally anime of the season. Because like I really enjoyed, out of all the shows that I watched, I really enjoyed watching Komi Can't Communicate and Ranking of Kings.
That's all that matters.
I did enjoy watching Ranking of Kings way more than Komi Can't Communicate because of solely of that one character in Komi Can't Communicate, because I really did not like her.
God.
Like if they just
Danny,
erase her and never
just put
draw
your
her
thumb over
again,
the screen where her character is.
fine.
Just kind of like cover her up as your.
But I listen to, like, I hear her voice, and that's annoying too. So, but I mean, regardless, like she's just one character. It's not like there's like constant characters that's similar of like her that is in the show constantly.
Well, they all have their own archetypes. That's why.
Right. So. You know,
which is kind of cheesy. People would say that's a downside, where it's like you have too many of the cliche tropes, but you know,
yeah, but I mean, the shows that we picked for anime of the season, I mean, are both great. Like,
yeah, I could see people picking a lot of shows.
They definitely are anime of the season. I get it. Yeah,
I think I enjoyed everything I finished. My Senpai's Annoying actually was my lowest scored one. I gave that like a 5 because it just felt like it didn't do a lot for me at the end of the day, but it was still enjoyable. So, yeah, Mieruko-Chan and Taishou Maiden Fairytale were like my biggest surprises of the season, especially the Fairytale one. And yeah, Ranking of Kings I think is just like the best one. It has the best production, it has the best characters. It's not finished, so it's a little bit cheating to say it, but I mean, it aired a bunch of episodes still, so I don't know. I'm just going to say it. Fuck it.
I definitely feel like if it wasn't for Ranking of Kings and Komi, and I had finished Heike Monogatari, all three of them would be competing in my mind.
Yeah, Heike is good. It's just so hard to enjoy it. Like, it's weird.
Like I said, I normally don't enjoy it.
It's a good show, but it's not enjoyable in the way that like I would prefer.
I normally don't enjoy period pieces either, but like, goddamn, Like,
Well, it was
And,
it was
yeah.
weird because like Shohoku Rokurokugo Shinjo, that was like another period piece that
Yeah.
takes place like 40 years after this one. But that one was different because you had like a small cast, and it was more like interpersonal. It had more of like the inner demons of each character. But Heike Monogatari was more like, these are the events, and this is what happened, and this is an epic tale of history, you know. And it's like, it just, that type of story to me doesn't give me any emotions. So yeah.
sure. Okay. That's what's up. And I hope that this doesn't seem like a cop-out, you know, because I know a lot of us were kind of like, oh, well, I'll watch this for the Summies. I'll watch this for the Summies. You know, we definitely wanted to give you a decent review.
Hey, I'm glad I
And-
didn't watch Takt Op, all right?
Yeah, I definitely want to finish Digimon Ghost Game. I will. I loved it. It's a different Digimon story. I very, 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 very much like the Digimon that are being showcased here. We're getting different kinds that we've never seen before. The main one, Gamamon, is fucking amazing. And then you have Angoramon, which I'm pretty sure that they based off of Sudi. And I'll show you guys a picture of it. But Angoramon, I hope they make a card of him because I will buy 15 copies. But yeah, I'm the resident Digimon tamer here because Nick and Danny don't know their asses from a hole in the ground.
Hey, don't lug me in with Nick.
Yeah.
Say Digimon's better than Pokemon, and I'll move on.
First of
Digimon
all,
is better
Pokemon
than
Unite just got an
Pokemon.
update. Sam, does Digimon have a MOBA? I think not.
Pokemon Unite, more like Pokemon You Fight.
Also, I think it's
In
funny
my
how I said I
ass.
don't support the CCP, but Pokemon Unite is like owned by Tencent. So it's
Good
like,
one, dude.
fuck, bro.
But
a
yeah,
hypocrite.
so I just want to say this too. I'm really thankful. I put a YouTube video up telling people about why I've been so distracted and not on top of things lately, and I hope that doesn't reflect in this review, this fall review for you. But a lot of the YouTube comments that I got were like, "Dude, Sam, like, it's okay, chill. You don't have to be so hard on yourself, you know." And anyways, I love you guys very much, and I hope to give you the best Summies we've ever given. Of course, we want to strive to give you the best Summies ever. So, that being
And
said,
it's not
let us
next
know-
week, right? We're doing that a little bit after that, right?
yeah, next week is gonna be a beep. It's gonna be funny
I don't know why we don't just tell people what we're doing next week. You always want to like hide it.
because you don't know how to market. That's why you have to surprise people.
You got to give a hint.
No, there's no hint.
It has something to do with anime.
Okay,
I actually
you know
don't
what? You
remember.
spoiled
I
it.
literally don't remember. That's why I'm asking. But
Oh my god.
I got to click on the sheet now.
There's gonna be a guest. We'll just say that. Anyway, love you guys very much. Thanks for watching. Let us know what Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
Thanks for
watching.
listening.
You're staring at a blank screen as the thing goes down.
Yeah. Let us know what you liked for the fall season.
We're gonna have more than
And
one
then-
guest next week.
Yeah.
That's the hint. We're gonna have multiple guests.
We might have 5.
What do you think of
Maybe
that?
5 guests. Yeah, anyway, that being said, no more hints. Let us know what your favorite fall shit is. Also,
I'm gonna use
we're
this
gonna
frying
do-
pan as a drying pan. That's my other hint.
we're gonna...
Oh god.
Yeah, that was way too much of a spoiler. I think you fucking ruined it, but it's fine. If you got that joke, don't say anything. That being said, I love you guys very much. I'll always love you just the way y'all are, okay? I've been Sam. Over here we had Nick. Over there we had Danny. Over there we had Smokey. And over here we had Tom Selleck. And over here we had Mel Gibson. And this has been the Anime Summit Podcast. Mel Gibson.
Mel Brooks is the best Mel.
Oh, sorry. We also had Mel
Which
Brooks.
one is the